if that makes sense. I heard on TikTok that you can get debt for a fake LLC and then just claim bankruptcy and it's literally for money. Thoughts? Sounds retarded. If you think you're hearing something that's a very clever workaround of the law that's not illegal, chances are it's retarded and somebody will laugh at you when you try to do it. There's very few things in finance where it's just like, oh, I went to the bank and I said this and I made infinite money. Usually that's retarded and they'll just laugh at you saying, no, you can't do this. Obviously stupid. Yeah. But I mean, there are some illegal things you can do depending on how much you want to lie to the IRS or lie to people that you're paying money to. So. Would the media company be something that you would need debt for if it was growing faster than you had money to supply it with? Yeah, let's say hypothetically, let's say that I put one person in that studio downstairs and we had a really good model and this guy was like fucking like a million videos or a million views every month or some bullshit, some crazy thing, right? And I'm like, oh shit, I can duplicate this exact same model across like 10 different apartments. That might be something where it's like, fuck, I need capital. I don't have the money to fund all this. And if I borrow the money, I'll make more money on the expansion of my business than I ever would just like growing slowly or something basically, right? Yeah. Is Jerome Powell wrong that U.S. debt is growing faster than the economy? So in the long run, the current situation is unsustainable. So anybody that's a Federal Reserve chairman is, I would assume, 1 trillion times more knowledgeable than me when it comes to macroecon, because their job is literally macroecon. So when Jerome Powell says that, what I'm doing is I'm trying to interpret, not contradict. So when Jerome Powell says that the debt is growing faster than the economy, the issue is bad debt for the U.S. would be debt that the U.S. is taking on that we're not using to grow the economy. So for instance, if the U.S. took on a ton of debt and then set the money on fire, that would be bad debt. We'd be taking on a lot of debt and our GDP would not be growing to match the debt that we're taking on. That would be bad, which is why it's probably better at least to think of debt as a percentage of GDP, although I don't know why we do percentage of GDP instead of percentage of assets. Or maybe there's a reason, but we should look at debt as a percentage of GDP rather than just like an absolute number or whatever. Is this the max? So you can see that even, is this when we started doing debt? Do we really leave the gold standard that recently? I don't remember, fuck. So right now our debt as a percentage of GDP is higher than it ever has been, assuming or excluding like the COVID place here. So if you look at something like this, I believe the assumption would be, I think the safe assumption would be that your debt, your growth of your debt is outpacing the growth of your economy. My guess would be macro econ is very hard. Okay. So everything I say here, I'm on very shaky ground. My bet would be that you would, I don't know the ideal number.
This week, Peacock dropped the trailer for Bel-Air.
Plaintiff Jessica Weaver says when she met the defendant, she thought she was a down-to-earth woman, but she turned out to be a classless liar. Jessica claims the defendant once left her children with Jessica for 2 weeks while she went to a hotel with a married man. And Jessica's suing her today for a loan and court costs. Defendant Lorraine Hammond says she got a bad vibe from Jessica from the start, and over time, she suspected that Jessica was obsessed with her. Lorraine claims she felt like Jessica was in love with her because whenever they went out, Jessica would constantly stare at her.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I met Lorraine back in 2013 through my cousin Tamika, and I thought she was a down-to-earth woman. We had a lot of things in common. We were from the same hometown, Richmond, Virginia, and we were both single mothers of younger kids. But come to find out, I find that she's ratchet, classless, has no morals, and is a liar.
When did you find that out?
With the money situation about this case, and when she left her kids at my home for 2 weeks.
When was that?
This was back in the end of March. She moved back to Georgia.
March of what, 17?
Yes, of this year.
4 years after meeting her?
Yes.
Was this before or after she owed you the money?
This was before.
When you did see her, what did she say?
No, what happened, she brought her kids and asked could they stay with me, and she went to go stay in a hotel with a married man, and
She told you that?
Not to, Your Honor.
Yes.
She said,
Yeah,
okay.
she's told me that she found out that the man was married.
Found out?
Yes, he told her, and then she was showing me his wife's Facebook page.
This was after or before she went to stay with him at the hotel?
This was during the time she was staying at the hotel.
She found out after she began staying with him?
No, she found out that the man was married before she moved to Georgia with him.
And so that's what you mean by ratchet?
Yes, and I don't...
Hold on, what else?
I mean, the way she was talking to me when I was asking her about my money, you know, saying things like, I'm barking up the wrong tree.
So she was ratchet regarding repaying you. That's what made you think she was ratchet. And what were the other things you said she was?
Just classes. I mean...
Classless, ratchet, and what else?
And a liar.
A liar?
Yes.
Not to, Your Honor.
Ratchet.
No morals.
Classless, and no morals.
No morals.
And it took you 4 years to figure that out?
Yes, because
we
didn't have
Yeah,
any...
you're a little slow then, I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, when you say she is that, you're giving a general description of her personality.
No,
you didn't say in this case, you said that's the type of person she is. And I'm just surprised that you would hang out with a person that long, because birds of a feather flock together. So I don't know if that means you're a classless, lying, wretched woman. Are you?
No, I'm...
All right, well, don't hang out with those who are.
I don't.
You'll give me, yes, you do. You hang out with them for 4 years.
No.
You hung out with her for 4 years. You said that's the type of woman she is.
Now I know that...
You need to be more perceptive then.
I will.
If you now know that she was all of that for 4 years and you never recognized it, you need a little more perception about your friends.
But we
we
didn't hang out all the time.
I didn't say all the time. Go ahead, ma'am. You give me some background.
Hi, Your Honor. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
By the case. Well, anyway, I met her through her cousin Tamika. We did hang out a couple of times, but Miss Weaver, I don't know. I felt a bad vibe about her from the beginning because I don't know if she was in love with me, obsessed with me. I don't know, but we would go out to clubs, and my homegirls would be with me, and they'll be like, "Why is she staring at you?" or "Why is she looking at you like that?" And I don't know. And she don't drink. She don't communicate.
So what you saying? You or you let her talk. So you saying you and or your friends thought that maybe she was a lesbian and wanted to get with you?
I don't know what her motives was, but
well, if she's staring at you and you might think she's a lesbian, that's what you got to conclude.
Yeah, but
all right,
but
and nothing wrong with that.
I can't drive away from here.
Ma'am.
You're not gonna let me walk away from here.
Ma'am.
No, answer the question.
We need to talk.
No, for about what?
Figure out what's going on with you.
I'm fine. What did I do?
No, bitch, y'all pulled me over for no reason. I was in the parking lot. I was literally in.
That's when my coworker told me that she had just called back and said she was gonna run a car into the building. And 5 minutes later, she did.
So we got a call that you're passed out in the drive-thru right now. And so I come here and I see you slumped over at the wheel. Yeah.
Wanted person, caution, violence, armed and dangerous.
A woman drives her car into a Popeyes allegedly because she's missing a biscuit. A murder suspect calls police on himself because his fries are cold. And an armed robber shoots at a Taco Bell employee, but the worker shoots back. Sometimes your combo meal could come with a side of crime. We're breaking down the top 8 alleged crimes at fast food restaurants around the country. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. First, we're in the metro Atlanta area. That's where a man who had a warrant out for his arrest for murder called police on himself because his french fries were cold. It's August 2022. A Kennesaw police officer is responding to a McDonald's location. He meets up with Antoine Sims, who has some complaints about the service.
What's up, man?
We're the ones they called.
Okay, what's up?
Basically, we went in there, purchased some food. I guess it's something wrong with their server. A lady before us tried to order on the little box thing. She said that wasn't working. He had to stop us from ordering and go help her.
Okay.
So he probably frustrated at work. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole scenario from what I get.
So why'd y'all call? So, like, what happened?
Because we ordered the food. He couldn't print us a receipt.
Okay.
So he said the receipt would be printed in the back. So I said, okay. So we sat down, me and my fiance, looking for homes around here.
Gotcha.
So we went back to Progressive Rentals looking at homes. I guess our order was called, but we don't even know our order number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now our food is sitting there cold. So when I come up, I say, I try the fries. The fries they're lukewarm, but they're not hot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just asked him, can we get some fresh fries?
Okay.
He said, okay, the fries are not hot. Touch the fries. I said, no, they're not hot. And at this point, you done touched them, so, yeah, can I just get a fresh set?
Okay.
So is he getting the fries? And I said, can I also get the receipt? That was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, sir. 5 minutes ago, I can run my store however I want to run my store.
Okay.
Sir, I didn't pay. He said, matter of fact, you can leave my property. Get off my property now. Or you can come and get, I'll do a refund. I say, sir, with Cash App card, it's 3 to 7 business days to do a refund. Just give me my set of fries and my receipt. That's what you're supposed to do anyway when I pay for my order.
Okay.
When the officer asks Sims for his information, Sims appears to realize he may have made a mistake.
Do you have your ID on you?
No, sir.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to get your information.
Okay.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
The officer then goes inside to talk to the owner of the franchise.
He insists that all his food's cold.
Okay.
He's burning my hands, so whatever. That's, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
He took it to the next level, starts cussing at me. You better give me that fresh fries, It's like, what? He starts losing it, starts shoving his food at me. And I said, sorry. I said, well, then tell you what, you can take your business elsewhere. Give me a car, give me a refund. No, you're not going to give me an effing refund. You're going to give me that food and my money back. I said, okay, look, sir. He started shoving his food. I took his food. So he's got nothing to shove at me because next thing you know, he's throwing his drink at me. So I took his food, took a Sprite, put it in the trash. Give me your card. I'll give you a refund. Take your business elsewhere. Please don't come back.
Okay.
Screaming at me. I want him CT'd.
Okay. Did you give him his refund? Like, is that all part?
He refused to.
Okay.
You're not going to give me a refund.
Okay.
Excuse my language.
No, you're fine.
This is the way he was talking.
Okay.
So I don't want him CT'd. I don't want to ever have him back.
Okay.
I mean, dude's obviously on probation. Got an ankle bracelet on.
Okay.
Once the officer has Sims's info, he radios it in and gives Sims an update on what happens next.
1162 Kennesaw. Can you write one name and date of birth? All right, so here's the deal. As a business owner, he has the right to not remake your food. He is willing to do a refund. He has no problems doing a refund, but he's not going to remake your food. As a business owner, he can do that. Okay. He does not want you coming back in the store. He actually wants us to criminally trespass you, so you will not be allowed back at this McDonald's.
I don't even stay here.
It doesn't matter. He's requested it. We got to do it. It's not a big deal. It's a piece of.
Charge me?
No, we're not charging you. It's a piece of paper we're going to give you that's going to say, hey, you can't come back to this McDonald's. That's all it is.
Wow. Like,
Yeah.
no, just realistically, did I do anything wrong?
I don't know. I'm not here to even figure that out. I'm here to keep the peace. Yeah, this is completely civil. So
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to complain about it. No,
so
it's fine, man. I'm just don't understand what I did wrong with this.
no, you're good. Do you have CT forms? Okay, I have CT forms. That's fine. So hang out with him. I'm gonna get that form. It's a simple form that says, "Hey, just don't come back to this McDonald's." Now I'll tell you, if you do come back to this McDonald's and we get caught out here, you go to jail.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm not. I got it smart.
So, you cool with the refund?
Yeah. So I just gotta go in there and tap my card.
Yeah, I will get that in just a second. Okay.
Okay.
When the officer gets back to his patrol car and starts running Sims's details, this happens.
Wanted person, caution, violence, armed and dangerous.
Now the officer stalls for time and passes a message to the other cop on the scene.
What's the address here?
It was like,
Like that. Sorry, damn address. So, responsible for 1099 2049 Cop Parkway.
The officer doesn't exactly know what Sims's warrant is for yet because it's out of another Metro Atlanta county. And as more squad cars start to pull up to the McDonald's, he does his best to keep Sims calm so they can detain him. But Sims is spooked.
All right, Mr. Sims, come over here. I'm gonna have you sign this.
I'm not under arrest or anything, am I?
No, sir. Just come over here. I'm gonna have you sign this real quick.
I said I'm not under arrest or anything.
No, you're not. Yeah, just come over here. I'm gonna have you sign this real quick.
You have to sign it saying that you're not going to come back to the property.
So you'll fill this part out.
Can I see it, sir?
Yeah. You come over here, man.
No, I'm afraid of y'all, sir.
Why are you
I just
afraid?
did 3 years, sir. I'm afraid of you.
All right, I'm gonna walk you through. Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill it out.
Why are you doing that?
I know how to fill. Am I
All right,
arrested?
yeah.
No, let's read it. Yeah.
Car. 6-2 Kennesaw, call Cobb.
As Sims takes off, the officer mobilizes both his fellow Kennesaw police officers and Cobb County Sheriff's deputies to help in the pursuit. They're not exactly sure where Sims has run to, so the other officer searches a nearby FedEx processing center.
Hey, I just had one run from me. He may be back here.
Go ahead, boss.
Kennesaw, I'm back here on the back end of FedEx.
But Sims isn't there, so the officer heads back out to try another location. There's a report at this point that Sims might be trying to get into an apartment at a nearby complex. The officer gets out of his squad car and looks around, but doesn't see any. Then, out of the corner of his eye, he spots him.
Got him! Contact! Backside!
The officer then tases Sims, and fellow officers quickly come in to apprehend him. Once Sims is restrained, he wants to know why he's under arrest.
So why would y'all arrest me?
Does he have a warrant?
We were actually just detaining you until it was confirmed, and then you ran.
No, why?
So now you have one.
Why did
Now you're going to have charges.
No, listen, why did I have a warrant?
Don't know. We didn't get to figure it out.
Fulton County, we didn't get a chance to figure it out.
No,
but now you're going to have warrants out of our jurisdiction, too.
No, this is what I'm saying, sir. I didn't. It's ants on me, bro. Biting me. That's a spider. That's a spider, bro. It's devils, whatever. Bro, get that off me, bro. I can't, bro. I get sick very quick.
What's the jewelry for?
Oh, you got ankle monitor.
Out on, bro.
Turns out that bond he's talking about was a $275,000 bond from Fulton County, where Sims had been locked up since 2019. His warrant was for not appearing in court after he was released from jail. Sims had been charged in the 2018 killing of a woman during an alleged drug deal. Sims was believed to be part of a group that planned to rob the dealer, but then shots were fired. To try to cover it up, the group allegedly drove the woman's body to a subdivision and then set the car on fire. Sims's case in Fulton County was scheduled for February, but has been continued until an unknown date. Next, we're in Akron, Ohio, where an armed suspect tried to rob a Taco Bell, but an employee was armed as well. It's New Year's Day, 2024.
No, did anybody come inside?
Yeah, they robbed us.
All right, did they leave out?
They didn't get any money because...
Or are they still here?
No.
Okay. Check real quick, just because. Okay, it's locked.
An employee who was held at gunpoint is emotional as she tries to explain to police what had happened.
I have to need surveillance. I can bring up.
Okay.
If you need.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
This has never happened to me.
You're okay. You're okay.
I peed my pants.
It's okay. It's okay. Take a deep breath. You're safe. I know, you're safe. You're safe.
According to Akron police, the 35-year-old suspect shot at a 21-year-old employee. But that employee had a gun of his own and fired back, hitting the suspect.
Because I open the drawer for him, I sit this there, and then I back away.
Gun hasn't been fired yet?
Gun hasn't been fired yet. Watch the door. It'll tell you there's some guy walking across. First shot right there.
Okay, when did that happen?
That I was on over here.
All you do was firing right now?
There was both of them. Both of them. Yes.
The Taco Bell employee wasn't hurt, but officers saw some of the suspect's blood as they searched the parking lot.
We advised, we have drops of blood in the parking lot. You can check if we have any walk-ins.
The suspect then showed up at a local hospital with a gunshot wound to his upper body. Police identified him as Timothy Hyatt. Investigators later identified the man who dropped the suspect off at the hospital as 33-year-old Rayshawn Bruce. At first, he told police he didn't know Hyatt and just happened to be driving by when the shooting happened.
But I most definitely, when we pulled up, like when we seen what happened, and I ain't actually see it, but I heard it and I seen the gunfire from the gun. And I pulled up, like type shit. I made her bend the block, though, I ain't gonna hold you. I made her turn it, I made her go all the way around the block. Then I pulled up, I grabbed him, I picked him up, and I put him in the car.
You don't know this guy?
No, I don't know him.
Investigators later determined Bruce was involved in the robbery of the Taco Bell location. Bruce entered a not guilty plea to the charges of aggravated robbery and violating parole. Hyatt also entered a not guilty plea as well. He faces more serious charges on top of the aggravated robbery count, including assault and a felon in possession of a firearm. Both suspects have a status conference hearing scheduled for March. Next,